All right. Good morning, everyone. How is everybody? Thank you, Dai. Can somebody confirm that you can hear me? Fantastic. Thank you for your response. Are there any questions? Anything? Okay, great. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you, Doris. Thank you, Dai, again. So the agenda for today, today is week. Did I have actually, I will just make announcement for week 9. So this is week 9. And what we are going to do for week 9, it is Excel Module 3 training, 0.5% due in class. Excel Module 3 SAM exam, 0.5% due midnight of the day. Okay. And Excel Module 3 Project A, 2%. Okay. So in class, I will demonstrate an example for Excel Module 3. Okay. The lecture is recorded. You can find lecture recording on Blackboard, Collaborate, and then quick menu button that is located on top left corner. Okay, so this is the agenda for today. Okay, I grab my pen. So week 9. Okay. Any questions for agenda? Okay, for the rest of the weeks, we follow course outline closely. Remember, if you go to Blackboard home page, and if you click weekly schedule, so you can see where we are. So now we are in week 9. We are going to do module 3 for Excel. Next week is our test 2. The format of test 2 is similar to that of test 1. The coverage is Excel module 1 to module 3. And there is no lecture next week, no collaborate next week, no modules next week, just the test. Make sure you complete the test during the class time. Okay. It is 1 hour test. Okay. And also assignment 2, part 1 is due November 12. This is 10% work. Okay, assignment 2, part 1. And where do you find assignment 2, part 1? You go to weekly learning. So this is every week we do those stuff. You scroll down. By the way, test 2 is here. Okay, it's under weekly learning. You scroll down, you can find assignment 2, part 1, due November the 12th. Assignment 2, part 2, due December 11th. Okay, so this is the rest of the term schedule. Okay, we will finish Excel in week 13. So Excel module 6 is our last module. So after that, some students suggest that in week 14, we are going to learn Power BI by watching 2 videos in LinkedIn. No assignment. Oh, there is assignment in week 14, but it is about Excel. No assignment about Power BI. For Power BI, you just watch the videos. Okay. Some students suggest that we switch week 14 and week 15. That means you write your test 3 in week 14. By the way, Power BI is not in test 3. Test 3 only cover Excel. Okay, focus on module 4 to 6. That is test 3. So I want your opinion. Do you want to write test 3 in week 14 so that in week 15 you just watch the video about Power BI by yourself? Or do you like to stick to the original plan, write your test 3 in week 15? So I'm going to create a poll to get your opinion. In my another class, Competent 10, most students that said, I want to write test 3 in week 14. So this class, I want to ask your opinion. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to collaborate, create a poll. It is a yes/no question. Do you want to write test 3 in week 14 instead of week 15? That is the question. If you can put your opinion, do you want to write test 3 in week 14 instead of last week, week 15? I have 5 students said yes. 5 students haven't responded. Can I get some opinion? Okay, looks like majority students, 7 said yes, 8 said yes, 2 said no, 3 not respond. So let's go, because majority students want to write in test 3 in week 14. So let's do week 14, okay? So keep in mind, you will write your test 3 in week 14. It is about Excel module 4 to module 6, nothing to do with the Power BI. Power BI is just additional material with no assessment. You just watch 2 videos. Okay. I will make announcement toward at the beginning of December to make this change. We are going to switch week 14 with week 15. Okay, that is a change. So any questions? Any questions? All right. So I'm going to stop this part. So one more student said 9 students. So the number of yes increased. 9 students said yes. Okay. Thank you so much for your response. I appreciate your participation. Okay. All right. So that is the logistics. Okay. Housekeeping. Assignment 2 due when? Thank you for your question. See, assignment 2 have 2 parts. Part 1 due November 12. Assignment 2 Part 1 due November 12. Assignment 2 Part 2 due December 11. December 11. Okay. Part 1 10%, Part 2 10%. So total for assignment 2, 20%. That's a lot. Okay, pay heavily attention to assignment 2. Okay. By the way, if you haven't submitted your assignment 1, you still have chance to submit. I extended until the course job day, November the 5th. Okay, November the 5th is the last day to withdraw from this course without academic penalty. What does that mean? Means if you withdraw from this course before November the 5th, you do not have grade. Okay, if you are afraid failing this course, to avoid a failing grade, you'd better drop the course, retake this course next January. Okay, so that is the cost management part, logistics part. Any questions, anything? Okay, so let me see any questions. We watch the videos, do the other exercise test thing. I'm assuming we watch the videos. What do you mean? In week 15, you watch video by yourself. In week 14, you write your test. The videos are about Power BI. Okay. So assignment 2 due, I answered that question. What will do in week 15? Okay, to clarify, I type in week 15, you watch video about Power BI, okay? And in week 14, you write your test 3. Hope this clarifies some questions. Okay. All right. So now we are going to study Excel. Competent 10. This competent 10. Oh, this is competent 10 is here. So this is a week 9. Okay. We are going to do 3 things. You are going to do 3 things. I will do 1 example. You will do module 3 training, some exam, project. I will demonstrate an example now. Okay. And also a reminder, this Friday, November the 5th, is the last day to drop the course. Okay. So this is this one. So go back to Excel module. Do I have module 3? So module 3 is about, so if you go to week 9, the first item, it is the textbook, module 3 textbook. So this is the objective for module 3. Okay. So this is Excel module 3. I heard question, I will check the message. Okay, no problem. Okay, now in Module 3, we are going to learn how to translate an equation into function. We are going to work with the dates and the time. We are going to use a very important feature in Excel, that is autofill. Copy down the formula using the autofill. We will look at the function library, calculate statistics, minimum, maximum, median, count, etc. Okay, and we are going to use the new feature in Microsoft Office 2019 Quick Analysis Toolbar. Okay, and I will demonstrate the absolute and relative cell references. And we are going to use logical function like if, logical if function. And we are going to learn how to use lookup tables to retrieve data. Finally, we are going to conduct what-if analysis using goal-seek. So this chapter, this module 3, heavily involved in functions and calculations. Functions and calculations. Okay, so now we are going to one by one. Okay, I will go most of the items listed here. So how to translate an equation into function in Excel. So this is my Excel. Try to manage multiple windows so that you can see what I'm doing. Translate an equation into a function. Before I do that, maybe I will do second item, how to work with the dates and the time. So if I want to type in today's date, you type in equal today. Opening, closing bracket. So you get today's date, November the 3rd, 2021. Okay. And now I'm going to type in maybe some student mark. Okay, test 1 mark. Maybe this is student name. I will type in some student's name. Okay, Peter. Lisa. Sue. Well, okay, for example, I have 4 students here. Remember, we write our test 1. And those are the student mark, just for example. Okay, I random, just for example, those are the student mark. Translate an equation into function. It is actually, how do you do the calculation in Excel? Okay, in Excel, any function start with the equal sign. If you want to calculate average of those 4 student mark, you type in equal. This is how you translate equation into a function. Remember, in mathematical equation, the average, you use X bar, you add all the student mark divided by 4. And how do I translate this is an equation into a function? In Excel, you type in equal, and then you use the function name average, average. Then you select the data range, closing bracket, and then you press Enter key. That is the average. Okay. So this is I introduced point 1, point 2, point 3 autofill function. So suppose we have the test 2 mark. Suppose this is from last semester. Those students test 2 mark, just for example. Those are the test 2 mark for those 4 students. And I also want to calculate the average of test 2. Now I can use autofill. So how do I do that? You click the average for test 2. Put your mouse on bottom right corner until you see fill handle. Click and drag to the right. You get the test 2 average mark. This is a fill handle, autofill. Okay. Another way to use autofill is the month function. So if you type in January, okay, and then, if you type in January, and then you put your mouse on the bottom right corner until you see this fill handle. This is not fill handle. If you see this cross, like a red cross, no. This is fill handle, solid blank cross sign. Okay, click and drag, you can see all the months, December. Okay. And you can also type in the observations, the short form for each month. For example, January is Jan, and then you use the autofill, you automatically get the short form for each month. Just type in one, the first one. You use autofill. Okay. So this is the autofill. Next one is the function library. Function library. At any time, if you want to use function, you can go to Insert on the ribbon. Insert on the ribbon. The formula. Go to the formulas. And you see the function library. Quick formulas. You see function library. Okay. You can use insert function, auto sum, recently used functions. See, this is the recently I used functions. You can have financial functions. Okay, if you are taking next semester, you probably will take Math 1095. You are going to need lots of these functions: future value, current value, PMT, interest rate, term N, etc. You also have logical functions, logical if and not, or, etc. Okay, and date and time functions. Okay, so this is the function library. It is under formulas. Okay. Next one is the calculate statistics. I have given you example how to calculate the average. Similarly, you can calculate the minimum or maximum. Okay, so I'm going to insert some blank rows because I also need maximum, minimum, and median. So if you calculate what is the minimum value in test 1, you type in MIN and then click this one. This is minimum. Okay, and then you can use fill handle. Put your mouse on bottom right corner. Click to the right, you get the minimum for test 2. Okay. So those are the statistic functions. Now I try to introduce quick analysis toolbar. This is the new feature. In previous version of Microsoft, such as Microsoft Office 2013, Microsoft Office 2016, they don't have this quick analysis toolbar. Okay, so for example, I want to calculate the maximum. Maximum of test 1 and test 3. You can select test 1, and then after you select test 1, you see this little button here. This is quick analysis toolbar. Quick analysis toolbar. Okay. Just show you wait. If you click this one, you can do the formatting, you can do the chart, you can do the totals, you can do tables, etc. One question from your training asks you to use quick analysis toolbar to calculate the total. So you click total button here, and then you click this sum. This is one question from your training. Okay, so for now, I will just ignore. I just tell you where to find quick analysis toolbar. Okay. So that is a quick analysis toolbar. I haven't finished the maximum yet. So maximum, you just type in max, and you get the maximum of test 1. Okay. Click to the right, the maximum for test 2. Next, you want to find the median. What is the median in test 1? You type in MEDIAN, and then test 1. Press enter. So use fill handle to drag to the right. This is the median. Okay. So those are the statistic functions. Next, I will introduce logical function, if function, logical if. I'm going to erase this one. Let's look at the test 1. If I want to say if student mark is greater than 80, it is excellent. Otherwise, I will say it is good. Okay, just for example, if test 1 mark is greater than 80, I want to say excellent. If not greater than 80, I just want to say good. Okay, so I'm going to type in the heading excellent or good. So I'm going to use equal. Any function in Excel start with equal if, and then logical test. My question is if test 1, so this 86 is test 1. If test 1, by the way, right now I'm using relative cell reference. It is just B3. Okay, B3 is relative cell reference to specify the location of number 86 is located on column B, row 3. So if B3 greater than 80, if this is true, comma. If this is true, I want to say excellent. So quotation mark, excellent, closing quotation mark, comma. If it is not greater than 80, I want to say good, closing bracket. So that is a logical function. Logical function. Okay. So the first student gets excellent because he is greater than 80. Now I want to get for other students, so I will drag it down, use fill handle, or to use fill handle to drag down. So some students get good. Okay, Lisa get good because her mark is not greater than 80. So this is for test 1, excellent or good for test 1. Now I want to do the same thing for test 2. Okay, so I will just copy this heading, then change test 1 to test 2 to avoid retyping the text entirely. So excellent or good, because I already did for test 1. So what I do, just copy down the formula. Put your mouse on bottom right corner until you see fill handle. Click and drag to the right. So you get, looks like, let me see. Good. So the first student's test 2 is good because 65 is not greater than 80. So everything is correct. Okay, and last one get excellent because test 2 mark is 92. You get excellent. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay, next I will demonstrate goal seek. And for this one, I will give you student loan, ALSAP loan information. Okay. Suppose you borrowed money for your ALSAP loan, and suppose how much you borrowed, maybe 20,000, just for example. You borrowed 20,000. Okay. For your student loan, and the interest is 3%, just for example, maybe 4%. Right now interest is low, maybe 3%. No, not that low. Maybe 3.5%. So ALSAP allows students have interest free in the first 6 months after they graduate. So after 6 months of your graduation, you have to pay the student loan on a monthly basis. Okay. And suppose you're planning to pay your student loan in 5 years. Okay. Number of years or number of months to pay off your loan. You plan to pay off 5 years. Each year or each month you have to pay, make payment. So 5 year, each year have 12 months. So that is the total months in 5 years. Okay, 60 months. And the interest is 3.5%. Okay, so those numbers are assumption or given. You can change the number. Okay, the question is, what is the monthly payment? How much you should pay each month? That is the question. Okay, that is the question. To answer that question, you use monthly payment function equal PMT, means payment rate. This rate is annual rate, 3.5%. You make a payment every month, so you have to divide by 12. Rate divided by 12. Next parameter is NPER, number of payment. That is 60 months. 60 is NPER, number of payment. PV represent the present value. Present value. Present value, this is the money you borrowed, so we interpret it is a negative value. The loan amount is the present value. Okay, I just add a negative sign. And then next one, future value is 0. Type is a type has two situations. 0 represents you make a payment at the end of period. 1 represents you make a payment at the beginning of the period. What does that mean? If you make payment, for example, November 1st, December 1st, January 1st, February 1st, that is the beginning of the period. If you make a payment on November 30, December 31st, January 30, etc., that is at the end of the period. Okay, so let's choose 0 at the end of period. Okay, so this is the answer. Each month you will pay $363. Okay, $363. So any questions? So this is the student loan situation. If I change this situation to buying a house, Control C, and then Control V. So if this is the mortgage loan. If you are buying a house, you need to borrow money. Okay. Can somebody give me a number? How much money you need to borrow in order to buy a house? Anyone? I need a number from you. How much money you need to borrow from the bank? Anyone want to guess a number? Typing a number in chat. Okay, so I will give you a number. Suppose it is 45,000. 450,000. This is the loan you borrowed from the bank. You want to buy a house, and the rate becomes mortgage rate because it is a house. If you want to know what is the mortgage rate right now, you can go to any bank, for example, BMO. And then you go to mortgage. This rate is changed every day, okay? Almost not. It's changed from time to time. Right now, the 5-year, the interest increased. Weeks ago, it's like 2.19. See, right now it's 2.62 for 5-year fixed, 2.79. So let's say 2.79 is the mortgage rate. Okay, so interest rate is 2.79. Number of months, number of years you pay off the loan. Usually people will choose 25 years. People will choose 25 years to pay off the loan. Okay. And I shouldn't delete that because I want to use 25 years because you have to translate to months. 25 years equal to how many months? Which is 1 year has 12 months, so 25 times 12. See, I just changed the number. I didn't change the formula, but the formula automatically have updated result. This is the beauty of the Excel. I didn't change the formula here. I just changed the number here. Okay, and the formula directly gave me the monthly payment for a mortgage. If I borrow this amount money each month, I will pay this amount. Okay. Any questions so far? And now, if you say, hey, every month you can pay $1,047. If you say, okay, I cannot afford that money. Maximum every month I can only pay $800. So how much loan I should apply? If I can pay only $800, how much loan I should apply? That is the question. To answer that question, you use Go-Seek. Okay. So you go to data, and then what if analysis under the forecast group. Quick what if analysis. You have Go-Seek. Quick Go-Seek. Okay. So set cell 16, E16 to the value. You can only afford 800 every month. By changing the cell, how much loan you borrow, changing cell E12. If you can only pay 800 per month, how much loan you should borrow? So click OK button. Wow. See, it is automatically changed. If you can only pay 800, you should borrow $343,770. That is the Go-Seek. And you are going to have this question in your training, okay? So any questions? Any questions? I want to take attendance. Do I have everyone? Can you see your name here? If not, please let me know. I will take the attendance. Oh, thank you for your response. So lovely. All right. This is comp 11. This is Wednesday attendance. Wednesday attendance. Today is week 9. Okay. Thank you so much. So remember what we are going to do today. I finished example announcement. This is week 9. I finished the example. You will do module 3 training in class. There are 16 questions in module 3, 16 questions. If you stuck in some questions, remember you have observe, practice. And then you will do some exam midnight of today. project midnight of Friday. Remember, each week we repeat this part. Okay, so next week, week 10, we'll do module 4. Right? So any questions? Any questions? So the example finished, lecture finished. Shall we take a break? I'm going to where is my okay? So take a break. Come back at 9:05. If you have questions, okay, you can come back. If you do not have questions, you can go. If you have questions, if you do not have questions, you can do the work outside, collaborate. You do not need to stay, okay? Thank you so much in advance for your participation. Love your participation. If I don't see you after break, have a great week. I will see you next week. If you have questions, come back. I'm here, okay? All right, okay, I'll see you at 9:05. I'm going to stop recording to save some cyberspace.